Hey friends, so today I wanted to share a little bit on a topic that is near and dear to my heart. Um, just the idea of feeling like you lose part of yourself whenever you have kids, or that maybe you have to say goodbye to your dreams when you have kids. So this is something that I have worked through and am working through, and when I talk to other moms too, they bring it up too. It's just how things shift dramatically when you have kids, and it can feel like as a mom you have to like a part of yourself almost has to die. Like you have to let go of all your dreams and desires when you become a mom. And there's and I went through like feeling like just a period of sadness or even resentment or just depression um, from those thoughts. So I wanted to share some ideas on that topic, and I'd love to hear if you guys have any comments or feedback or ideas. Um, yeah, so uh, I went to college to become an engineer, and I did that for a little bit before I had my first child. Wasn't quite in the field that I had dreamed of being in, but was using my degree, and I felt God called me to stay home with my oldest when he was born. But I went through a period, and it lasted for years of just feeling like missing it, missing being in that environment, missing using my degree. I had a dream of what I wanted to do with it, and not and feeling like I didn't have the opportunity, like I had missed that opportunity that was not happening anymore. And I've talked to other moms who felt that way too. So I want to encourage you that that's normal to have those feelings, and it's it does mark the change of seasons uh, in your life. Um, and so I think there's a natural grieving process that happens, and to I want to encourage you to allow yourself to feel that. A lot of times, uh, we can feel like, oh, we want to push those feelings away. Like I'm not supposed to feel this way. I just have to get over it. It's just the way it is. Um, but there's your your body is trying to tell you something. It's needing to process through that. And so I would just encourage you to allow yourself to feel all those emotions. There's nothing wrong. Emotions are not good or bad. We've all been given emotions, and it's just telling us something. And so just allow it to do its job. And sometimes that just looks like just allowing yourself to feel it and not push it away, whether that's anger or sadness or um, whatever that emotion is. Just allow yourself to feel it, and then as you allow yourself to feel it, those those strong emotions, they can kind of lose their power over you, and you can release them and have more clarity about your situation now. And sometimes there's forgiveness that needs to happen too, whether that um, when we hold resentment or bitterness, it feels like um, whatever that's towards, whether it's towards our kids or towards our spouse or towards God. God, why did you let this happen at this time? Why did I have kids right now? Or why did you give me another kid, guy? I was just getting to a point where I could, you know, go back to the thing I dreamed about. So if we feel like there's some resentment or some bitterness, to ask forgiveness. And when we forgive, that's when healing can come. And that healing brings about clarity too. Um, so just encouraging you guys with some things that I've walked through with that topic in that process. Uh, so some things, once you kind of have that healing, you allow yourself to feel those emotions, and you're able to release them. And then if there's forgiveness that needs to happen and getting some healing and clarity, then we can ask ourselves questions like, okay, what does this look like now? And I believe that God gives us desires, and that, that's not a mistake. And so just getting curious about, okay, what can this look like now? How is God going to use this? And that can get really exciting. So, what if it doesn't look like what we thought it would originally? You know, how is God going to incorporate this? How is this going to come full circle? And you bring those questions to God and say, okay, what's the next step? What does this look like in this season? And so, one of the cool things that I thought of when thinking about this topic is, we could feel like, oh, I not who I'm meant to be. I have kids and I'm not getting to do what I feel like my purpose is or what my dreams and desires are. But what if kids actually help show us and help us become who we're really meant to be? And I have just discovered this year how kids can they definitely let us know where we need healing or when we feel triggered, whether that's by their behavior or just as our environment. We have triggers, and so that's just a really good clue of where we ourselves need healing. And when we get that healing, then that just helps us become more and more who we're meant to be. I want to encourage you with that. So go through that process of feeling those emotions and getting clarity and healing, and offering forgiveness if you need to, and then just getting curious about what can this look like now. God, asking God, how are you going to use this? And then just allowing just the journey of motherhood to help refine you. And yeah, it can be tough and not fun to be like, oh, okay, I realize I need to do some work here. But it's so worth it. And you're better off for it. And so are your kids. And so all the work that you put in is going to impact your kids and your legacy and the generations to come. So I'm proud of you and I just want to encourage you with that. And I'd love to hear any thoughts you guys have on that topic. So I'll talk to you guys soon.